Hey everyone, Techni here with a review on something I really think we all need to keep a close eye on right here, and something that might go underneath our radar. How many times have you guys, I know heck I have, where you bought this gaming headset or heck a pair of headphones and it just kind of underwhelmed you, kind of like, man, geez, I really wish these had a little bit more punch, especially say for PS4 users. We know we have that a lot going 3.5. And now we have reviewed multiple devices on this channel as far as giving you that boost, as far as like an amp and DAC combo or whatnot, Starting off number one with the Sound Blaster AE9. Absolutely amazing device, again for PC, and still you're talking like 300 plus bucks, 330 bucks. Again, awesome device, but yeah, quite expensive. Then we also reviewed the Sound Blaster G6. Absolutely amazing device, really cool features in it. Also did a review of this one as well. I'll plug them at the end so you can check them out. Really cool device, but again, coming in at 140 bucks, which is, it's still a pretty penny. Yes, cheaper than the AE9, but still quite expensive. So what we're going to talk about today is something I think is going to be perfect for all of our wallets, and that is the Sound Blaster G3. This little guy comes in at 60 bucks. You can use it on iMac, PC, and PS4, and it's almost packing some of the same punch that these big guys are packing here. Hold up. You know what I think I forgot to mention? You can use this on a Nintendo Switch as well. Bam, plug it right into the Switch right there and use it that way as well. I totally forgot to mention that. I should really start scripting, but y'all know that's never gonna happen. All right, so as far as in the box of the G3 right here, you can get all this paperwork, warranty, registration, and a little manual, and this manual walks you through everything, and it's really cool. Actually, on Sound Blaster's website, they have a couple videos up as far as setting it up per console right there, which is very, very helpful if you get confused. You get a little optical cable, a USB adapter, which we'll talk about later right there, and then you're gonna get your G3. You know what, just so there's no confusion right here, let's go ahead and talk about this adapter. Number one, your G3 is USB-C, as you can see right here, and this adapter connects to the USB-C and converts it to USB-A right there. So again, you can use it on your console, your PS4, or on your PC if you don't have a USB-C right there. So it's really nice, again, versatile to be able to use either. All right, so since I just mentioned that, as far as using on your PS4, your PC, or your Mac, again, you have the adapter and you can plug it in any of them. On my Mac, I plugged it right in USB-C. And again, I tested this device extensively on every single device, whether it be games, music, or editing videos. And talking about testing this on every single device right there, I tested it with a wide range of headphones as well. This little guy can push headphones up to 300 ohms. And that's exactly what I did right here. I tested it with your basic gaming headset, the SteelSeries Arctis 3 right here, and then the Audio-Technica ATH M50X, and then I even stepped it up to the DT770 Pros, the 250 ohm. And let me tell you what, across every single headset, even the 250 ohm Beyerdynamics over here, this thing powered the heck out of them. And let me tell you what, it brought all of these headsets to life on every single device. All right, so you all know here on the Techni, I don't want to bore y'all with a bunch of tech specs and a bunch of numbers, right? You can look on the side of the box or go to the manufacturer's website and read that. If you're interested in that stuff, I'll throw it up right here. Actually, I'll scooch over a little bit so I got some room for it. I'll throw it up right here. But what I really want to focus on is my time with the device and with the headsets per different platform right there, whether it be Mac, PlayStation, or PC again. That's what I really want to focus on, is my results and my time with it. All right, so now taking a closer look at the G3 right here. As far as the unit itself, it is very, very solid. I mean, it feels incredibly solid. Doesn't feel chintzy by any means. As you can see on the side right here, you have your volume wheel, which does continuous roll. I kind of wish it stopped when it got maxed out, but again, it continuous rolls to the plus or down to the negative right there. And as you see, you have your volume notch here, which will control the volume. Switch it over to mix and it'll control your chat to game volume right there. Whether you want more chat or more game, bam, set it back to your volume and then you can control your volume again. Come to the other side, you have your mic volume right there, and this one does bottom out. Like when you get to the negative, bam, it flattens out there. Get to the positive and it'll stop right there, letting you know you're at the max or the least right there. Then you also have your mic mute and then your mic active. On the underside right here, you have your mic port, you have your headphone port, and then your optical port. Now looking at the front of the device right here, as you can see, you have this little sound wave button right here. Out of the box, it's set as a footstep enhancer, which pretty much just increases your highs, lowers the lows, and all that stuff. But the cool thing about it, which we'll get into later, you can get into software and kind of use this as an EQ button, which again, we'll talk about a little later. Now, the first thing I want you to do when you unbox this guy right here, because now the way I did it, I took it out of the box, plugged it in there, and yeah, I noticed the difference. I was like, all right, this sounds good, but I kind of wish it was a little bit more, you know what I mean? So after a while of testing and dabbling around with it, what you need to do is dive into the software. Whether if you got a PC, get in there, download the Sound Blaster software, and then you can adjust it this way, but you can also do it on your phone as far as Bluetooth. Sync it up to your phone on Bluetooth, and you're going to go into the equalizer setting right there. And you see you have all your presets or everything, or you can create your own. But the trick to this right here is going to be the knob right there as far as the power for the amp right here in the DAC. Is you just want to swing that thing all the way up to 9. Again, if you want it to be ear bleeding, which I do, you know what I mean? You really wanted to push out there. So crank that sucker up to 9, and holy smokes, this thing is going to shine. That just rhymed. And the cool thing about it, whatever settings you set right there, whether it be on the phone or on the PC, it'll save to the device and transfer over to whichever you're using. Like if you set it on your PC, bam, plug it in your PS4, those settings will save right onto it. Same with Mac or the Nintendo Switch. Really, really cool, the versatility and the options you have, again, in this tiny package. Now I want to start on the platform where I really think this is a must own. You know, again, if you don't have another amp already powering your headphones, right? But where I think this is really a must own is the PlayStation 4. And yes, that goes across any model, whether it be the Slim, the Pro, or the old ones right there. Again, it has the optical port so you can plug it into optical. Now, going optical, I really didn't notice much of a difference. I mean, it's so minor, it's probably not even worth talking about. So again, the majority of my time on any device, whether PC, PS4, or any of that, I always went straight USB right here, and it sounded fantastic. And that's across any of these headsets on the PlayStation 4 as well. Right over here to our 250 ohm Bayer Dynamics, all the way down to our basic gaming headset. I mean, it just brought them to life. And again, as far as the gaming headset going 3.5 in the PS4, we all know it's just very underwhelming. It's just like, gosh, this is boring sound. Put this in there again. That biggest trick that you need to remember to do is get into that software and crank this setting up to 9 right there. And wow, 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 your ears will bleed. It's awesome. And I know one thing you guys probably want me to say, well, hey man, how did it sound on the PlayStation 4? And all I can really say, as I stated, is it is loud. It gets very loud. I can't say, oh, well, the bass was like this or the highs were like that, you know? I can tell you the sound was crystal clear, but again, going back to the software with this little device, you can dial it into your liking. Do you want more bass? Do you want more highs? Do you want to hear footsteps? Or whatever, you know what I mean? You can adjust all of that right here. Bam, plug it into PlayStation 4 after you set it, and all your settings will save right there. Again, talking about a basic gaming headset, the Arctis 3 here, plug it into this device, adjusting your settings. Holy smokes, I mean, it was so amazing how much this little tiny $50 guy can make this basic gaming headset shine. Now, as far as all the other devices I tested on, the PC, the Mac, and the Nintendo Switch, and I want to jumble these together because again, all of those devices have good sound out of the box, right? The Nintendo Switch, even when you go 3.5, it sounds pretty stinking good right out there, right? Again, same with Mac and then PC. I guess PC may be a little bit different. It's really dependent on your motherboard, but if your PC is newer these days, your onboard sound is pretty darn decent. Now, even as far as all those devices sounding great out of the box or as is, right? This little guy still brought them to life. Again, after you get into the settings and really kind of dial it to your liking, which will again apply right to this button, bam, you press it right there and you're gonna get your settings. Whether, again, if you're editing a video or you're listening to music or you're playing that game and you want that really immersion, a little more punchy, you can set it to what you want right on this. And again, across all those devices that sound great, me testing on my PC, I have a good motherboard with decent onboard sound. And again, I had the Sound Blaster AE9 $340 device plugged into it. And when I tested this on my PC, again, going straight USB, didn't go optical or anything, it sounded awesome. Even using a basic gaming headset. Like, I didn't want to unplug it. A lot of times when I test stuff, I'm like, all right, let me get back to my amp, right? Let me get back to my AE9, 'cause that thing's stinking amazing. But again, I just kept on playing. It really didn't bother me. It sounded fantastic. It was very hard to tell a difference using this basic thing to, again, the AE9. Of course, unless I get in there and start really dialing it, you know? And that is just amazing. And honestly, little things like this are probably some of my favorite to review, right? Number one, you see that value. You're talking 60 bucks for this thing, but you get these results out of it. Again, seeing that value is just awesome, and it really just makes me smile when I'm testing it, right? I'm like, wow, I really can't wait to share this.
All right, so I am now using the microphone on a SteelSeries Arctis 3 plugged into the G3, just basic headphone jack. You don't need to use a splitter on this like you usually do since there's a microphone jack. That microphone jack is so, again, you can plug in an external 3.5 mic if you desire. Again, I am running straight 3.5 into the headphone port of the G3. And wow, 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 this mic sounds amazing. You can go back and check out my Arctis 3 headset review, and the mic's really not the best. It's very high-pitched. You know, it just doesn't sound that good. I mean, it's not bad, but again, it's not the best. This sounds very natural. And as you can see in the G3 software right here, I don't have any sort of any enhancement activated right there. No voice clarity, more for anything like that. This is straight out the box how the mic is set. Wow. Amazing.
Now, there is one thing I do not like about it. And Sound Blaster, if you're watching this, I really think you should start including this or kind of tweak it up a little bit, right? And that is the length of the cable, right? So again, we have our little USB adapter. Bam, we can plug it in right here, and it goes into, I don't know, let's talk PlayStation again. It plugs in right there. That's where it's setting. What if your PlayStation's across the room? Yeah, it ain't gonna reach, right? Even for my PC, that's to the right of my desk right there. I gotta plug it in down over here, right? I can't reach the settings there, which is a real stinker. This cable should have been much, much longer, or they should have included an adapter. Because really, out of the box, what this is set for is if your device is right on your desk, right? I don't know, you'd have to plug it into a USB in the back of your PC and it'd probably dangle here. But if your PlayStation's right on your desk, you plug it in and then it'll set right there. But again, if your device is far off from you or off a different direction, you're not gonna be able to reach it, which really stinks. But again, that's a really minor negative there. I mean, you can buy a USB extender, like a 6-foot one, for probably like 5 to 10 bucks, if not even cheaper, you know what I mean? But again, it would have been nice to kind of include that, because out of the box, it's kind of set for just one setup. All right, so as far as the Sound Blaster G3 right here, I mean, this thing has me giddy. I mean, all I can say is wow. This is a must own, again, if you don't have another amp DAC type combo out there and you're looking to enhance your headsets, you know? A definite must buy ASAP for PlayStation owners if, again, you're still going 3.5 into your controller. This will change all of your gaming for you. And again, if you want that enhancement and that flexibility to kind of tweak your sound on other devices right there, this is gonna do it for you. Again, I think this is a must own at 60 bucks, getting all these features and everything in this guy. I mean, wow. Again, all I can say is wow. It's incredibly amazing, everything you get with this little guy. But hey, that's all I really got for the G3 right here. If I missed anything, or if you got any questions, definitely ask them down in the comments, or hit me up on Twitter with a DM right there at the Technie1, and I'll get right back to you. But again, I highly, highly recommend this thing. I don't think you'll regret it one bit at all. But hey, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I answered some questions for you and helped you out if you were looking into something like this. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. I highly appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.